Over the next decade and beyond, we're all going to witness the arrival of an entirely new level of advanced technologies that will redefine life on Earth, redefine what it means to be human. Things like human-level artificial intelligence and sophisticated virtual reality and augmented reality, fully self-governing transportation and flying cars, major breakthroughs in lifespan extension, controlling computers without thinking, colonizing Mars, like the birth of humanity becoming a multi-planetary species. And it will require us to rethink ourselves, rethink who and what we are. And so much of this can seem unpredictable, but one thing is certain. Humanity will need to become the most creative version of our species ever. Human 2.0. Okay, and what if a most wonderful support tool that we have access to that could help us to flourish in this new future, could help develop our creativity, was to reconnect with something that we created over 60,000 years ago. The ability to play music. The image that you're looking at is a flute made from the thigh bone of a cave bear. It was made by Neanderthals. Scientists tell us that we were playing music before we even had a language. But what we're discovering now about musicianship, learning to play, is that it provides the brain with this unique type of neurological nutrition that grows our brain and actually develops our creative capability. And some will say, what, learning music? Well, what if I'm not musical? You know, it's language like this that reveals a culture-wide belief system that some people are musical and others are not. But in reality, all human beings, without exception, are deeply, profoundly musical. We are so musical, we're completely oblivious to it. Okay, imagine this. You and I are walking down the street together, okay? We're engrossed in conversation. What we're oblivious to is our walking. Left, right, left, right. We're not thinking about it. There's no theory. There's no effort. Just this beautiful, natural musical rhythm. And then it's nighttime and we pick up a toothbrush. We're at a concert and we applaud. Would everyone please applaud with me? Everybody, please. Everybody. Keep going. Now get in sync with me. Notice how easy and natural and instant it was for you to do that. Yet even still, I couldn't possibly count the number of times that people have said to me, well, look, you know, that might be fine for others, but I haven't got a musical bone in my body. And I say, really? Let's have a listen to what you just said. You said, I haven't got a musical bone in my body. I haven't got a musical bone in my body. I haven't got a musical bone in my body. I haven't. See, truth of the matter, we can't utter a single sentence without demonstrating a mastery over really complex musical concepts. It's our musicality that gives us language in the first place. Everybody, I want you to join me. I haven't got a musical bone in my body. I haven't got a musical bone in my body. I haven't got a musical bone in my body. I haven't got a musical bone in my body. Listen to us. We are a music-making species, fundamental to human nature. We just need to get it. Like, really, get it. That to be human is to be musical. But it's not only really important to know that about ourselves, it's really essential that we develop that within ourselves. Because given the arrival of this technological tidal wave and the impact that it's going to have, the one critical attribute, the one critical personal attribute that will dominate the future will be creativity. Okay, so what the heck is creativity? We'll try and understand the neuroscience of it. Is really complex. But at its most simple and practical level, creativity is really just seeing things differently, thinking about things differently, doing things differently. Here's what I mean. For us to look at a situation, but to see it as an opportunity, that is a direct function of creativity. For us to take that perceived opportunity and figure out how do we make it happen, how do we make it real, that is a direct function of creativity. As we're doing that to problem solve along the way, that is a direct function of creativity. So, if recognizing opportunity in life, realizing opportunity in life, and problem solving in life are all a function of creativity, then what activity are you consciously weaving into the fabric of your life that is specifically designed to neurologically develop your creative capability? Learning music does this in a most unique and wonderful way. So many functions of the brain live in specific regions of the brain, but musicianship, it activates all over the brain. And creativity has everything to do with neural connectivity. There's this massive bundle of millions of nerve fibers that connect both sides of our brain, the corpus callosum. I call it the creativity control center. Brain scans show that in people who learn music, the corpus callosum is larger. There's more connectivity. And it's the same with the regions of the brain that govern hearing and movement and visual and spatial abilities. Learning music actually increases the amount of grey matter in different brain regions. And it impacts the connectivity between those regions. So that's impacting things like verbal and literacy skills, memory, reasoning skills. There's an excellent study out of the German Institute for Economic Research. And this study showed that when people learn music, they become more ambitious, more conscientious, more open. The study also showed that learning music impacts cognitive skills and non-cognitive skills more than twice as much as sports and other forms of art. Wow. You know, one of humanity's greatest thinkers, Albert Einstein, played piano right throughout his life. Einstein said, "The theory of relativity occurred to me by intuition, and music is the driving force behind that intuition." He said, "My new discovery is the result of musical perception." And now, as technology is transforming our capabilities, music education is also being transformed. New thinking, new understanding, a new approach that's not based on our traditional approach from the past. It's giving us an entirely new opportunity to rediscover, to reconnect to our natural musicianship. We're on the cusp of a new era in music education, playing-based music education that dispels those music myths that are a symptom of our traditional approach from the past. Myths like, oh, learning music's hard. Oh, it takes a long time. Oh, you've got to start when you're young. You need a special talent or ability. No, none of that is true. And if you tried to learn music in the past and you really struggled and failed, listen, most likely it was because of the way you were learning. Look, getting started with music education, it doesn't need to be about scales and drills and theory and technique and exercises. And it certainly shouldn't be about you having to learn how to read music as a means of learning how to play music. That would be like asking young children to learn how to read and spell as a means of learning how to talk. You and I were talking for years before we learned how to read and spell, and it should be exactly the same with music education. See, playing-based music education, it's built on the premise that all human beings are already profoundly musical. And it's also based on the understanding that our brains, by design, are a pattern-seeking device. And when you can show people how to look at music, but see it through the lens of shapes and patterns, then it completely transforms the teaching process and it completely transforms the learning experience. So imagine this. You decide to spend, 15, 20 minutes a day, several times a week, learning piano. Within a few weeks, you're already playing really nice pieces. Within a month or two, you're already building a repertoire. Within 90 days, you come home and sit down, maybe play a nice classical piece, some blues piano, some ballads. Play while you accompany yourself as you sing along or someone else is singing along. You're getting all the benefits, the emotional benefits, the psychological benefits, the sheer fun and absolute pleasure that it is. And it is neurologically powerful. About 2,500 years ago, Plato said, I would teach children physics and philosophy. But mostly I would teach them music, for the patterns in music are the keys to learning. My intention here today is for you to arrive at knowing, without a shadow of doubt, that you are a profoundly musical being. And if you really knew that in learning to play, you'd also be providing yourself with this critical neurological nutrition that would help to grow your brain, help increase neural connectivity, help develop your creative capability, help to future prepare your brain, help to future protect the health of your brain, then surely might music learning be worthy of a higher priority in your life and the lives of our children. And the bigger possibility here, like as a massive transformative purpose, we have an extraordinary opportunity to cause a breakthrough in access to musical self-expression. We can help elevate the creative capability of humanity. And in doing so, we can discover a pathway for us to flourish in this new and exciting and extraordinary future.